I might be here and not know that. I'm trying to do something right now. What are you doing? Nope, get out of there. Am I live? I guess I am. Oh, come on. Hold on a second, folks, if you hear me. Studio mode. Come on. Alright, welcome to the Moosejaw Hour. Man, my colors are not good. That's probably because of this screen here. Let's turn that down a little bit. There we go. And we're doing some studio cleanup around here. Oh, need a hat too. Jeez, got a haircut. Welcome to the Moosejaw RC Hour. I am Joe, your host, and today we're going to just rant and rave and talk about the next moose job, and maybe if there's something new out there that maybe you are aware of that I am not. I am trying to catch up a little bit. It was a busy weekend of cleaning this area, getting it all nice and ready and so forth, but then again, we got to work on the back there. That's just too bright. I got to fix that. I don't know why it's doing that too. It looked better last time. As you can see, I have a desk behind me now, so I have to share the space. But here we are. Check in where you're from, say hello, and here we go. First off, we're going to talk about Night Custom subscription that I am now part of, and 3D printing stuff for you or for me right now. Or this one's not actually for me. This is for a friend of mine, Travis, who gave me a 4-dice body in trade for a paint job. So I owe him, and he's been patient. I hate to think it's been a year now, but maybe it has. Hey, hello Pablo, reporting good, sound good, and chilly in New Jersey. It's getting a little chilly here too. We are getting a cold front. But it's fall, all right? It's almost November. Crying out loud. Here we go. So, yeah, thank you. Hello there, Pablo. Mike J, I got nothing snarky yet. And we look forward to the snarkiness from you, Mike J. Hello from Michigan, John. Thank you. Yeah, you probably heard me in the initial warm-up there trying to get the ambiance. I went back to Streamlabs. And with that, it doesn't quite transition as nice as StreamYard, but it's also free, and StreamYard is not. And I was looking at my subscription coming up, and I think I got 6 months left or something like that, maybe a little bit more. And it was like $400 or something a year, and I'm like, I'm good. I still have it. I could go back to it and use it for the rest of the year, but I think I just should get used to Streamlabs here. And we do have to work on the ambiance here. This is not quite. We'll have to make it. We'll have to put. Maybe I'll just make a mobile shelf with RC cars right there, so we can at least have some RCs. We don't have a single one in here except what we're working on. We will work on it. We'll get the studio back to normal. Gigawatt, hey Gigawatt, good to see you, sir. How you doing, man?
Well, thank you for joining us on a Monday, and that's when we're going to try to shoot for. Unless, I get the case of the Mondays. But we're going to shoot for live streams on Mondays at 7 o'clock.
And, here we go. So, first off, just to let you know, and I don't know how many of you are maybe into it or not, but I am now a official subscriber to Night Custom's 3D printing service, and I got the full ham one. I think it's like $26 a month. I have a discount for 3D prints that he offers, but also I can also print them and sell them to you. If you want them raw, I could print them out, and if you want them custom up, I could do that too. And how much that could cost, I have no idea yet. I'm still doing the math and the idea of that. But we are starting to print things. We do have the big full hand bamboo carbon X1 Plus with the AMS system, and it's been amazing. I highly suggest, if you're into 3D printing, maybe I need to turn those down. Maybe that's why I'm looking so bright. Maybe that's it. If you're into 3D printing, I would definitely. It's expensive, but so far it's plug and play. It's really good. So, like I said, we're working. I printed all the bits here that we're going to go through with Night Customs here, and for Travis and the mod squad for his Phoenix and what paint scheme. We're going to try to search for a paint scheme together. Even though I have an idea of it, but we're going to go with this. Mike J, did you finish watching the squirrel video? Dude, I watched that on repeat. Are you kidding? That was amazing. And I'm surprised that Josh did not share it to the mod squad chat too. God, he's so busy, I guess. But yes, I loved it, and I just, man, great find there, Mike J. We'll see that again. So, what we have here, folks, and the reason I went with the subscription is that I want to work on moose jobs, the paint jobs, and so forth, but at my pace, and then also, and selfishly, what I want to paint, how I want to paint, which body I want to start painting, and so forth for people, and put it on my internet website, which is moosejawrcbodyshop.com. I know you think I could have gotten shorter, but I didn't. And the idea is to print, paint, customize these RC bodies and just put them out there on my website and make them available to people. Plus, maybe take 1 or 2 commissions per month, even though that's going to be a while because I am still catching up on the commissions that got away from me and get caught up with that. So right now I'm doing it's pretty much the next one for Travis, who is a moderator for Skilled Builders Guild and Harley's Livestream Takeover. And like I said, he traded me a Fordyce body for a Phoenix and a Moosejaw. So I gotta get it done, and he's been very patient and so forth. So we're gonna do that. So we got it kind of almost prepped. I'll probably have to re-clean it before I get to work on it. We've got the bits and all that come with it. But what we went with, as I put that off to the side, is the Night Customs SEMA 3 print files, or is that? Yeah, SEMA car show print files for what would be a Toyota, right? A Toyota FJ. So we got a nice dashboard. That's going to challenge me on the details there, and not your typical dashboard configuration like Vanquish, which has a whole row in the middle of these switches. But nice print, PLA matte. That was recommended by James, and we got that going. And with that, even the little steering wheel. Even though I have these bits, but why not customize it a little bit more for Travis? And then we even have headrest. All right, nice little headrest, that you would see. So we'll put that in the interior. And we are using because I gotta double check. I don't think, plus I don't want to make it too heavy. So I think I'll stick with the Lexan, and I got plans for that too. And these prints came out great. And again, the Bamboo Labs is Carbon X1 is a great investment. I had a lot of fun. I think I shared a story. I was out for dinner once, and I thought, oh yeah, there's an app, and I checked on it, and it has a camera in there, and it was showing me the live print, which was kind of cool too. It's an amazing machine. Let's see, what's other interior bits? We got, there's the cat. Cat hears me. We got, the gear shifts. And taking off the supports was, I would have to say, you have to be very patient, very careful, a little X-Acto, a little needle nose, crunching, and pull here and there type of thing. But that took some time. And then we even have the extra console parts, bits there, more switches, radios, and so forth, which looks like a radio. Yep. Looks like 2 radios. Why not? Other interior, we got a driver. We got, which is pretty much like a Tamiya driver there. Nice detail. And lo and behold, we do have our friend, Mr. Scale Builders Guild, Matt, right there. Let's get my face out of there. Yeah, let's put my face right there where my body is. There we go. Right, nice print. Looks like Matt. And we'll put that together. I almost want to think there's so much stuff to this. I almost think I want to put maybe a driver's head with a helmet on it. I don't know yet. We shall see. So that's the interior, right? Yep. Oh, well, there's more. And I still have the crunchy bits to get, is the inside roll cage. Again, I went with PLA matte on the inside. I know with heat, you gotta be careful, but I think inside a body, it'll be just fine. And like I said, it was recommended by James Knight. Great print. Had all the supports there. I didn't have to fiddle-daddle with that. It was really James was very thorough. And we'll go through his website because he's got more coming. He's got another print that he's working on, and I can't wait for it. Let's go to the exterior. We got our roll cage in the back. And this time I switched it to the PLA carbon fiber. All right. And a little stronger, a little more heat resistant, and so forth. Can it handle a big impact? No. All right. But it's a good stencil too, or a model of a metal one if you want to fab it up, because there it is, and it looks really good. I printed an extra one, put it on my Phoenix, and it looks good. I like it a lot. There is a rear piece in the bed, and I believe it just goes on. Well, let's get the bed out here. You got the cage, and you just put it on like that. Yep, that's what you do. And you could put your stock radiator on there. All right, so it can hold the radiator in the back like you would see. I've got plenty of those. I might even have one right here. Yes, I do. I don't know why I have so many of these extra bits, because I use them most of the time. But I got plenty of radiators. And we'll detail this one up too, as soon as I can get it out. Come on. There we go. Sorry for the wonderful packaging noise. So anyways, you just bolt it up like that. Yeah. And I guess you use stock. Well, it's not quite fitting. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe it's a different radiator. I'll have to see. I don't think it, or maybe it goes like that way. Maybe it goes that way. Oh yeah, it goes that way. I put it in the right way. That's what she said. Anyways, it was there. I took it. There you go. So it puts the stock radio, and it'll sit like that right there. All right. I don't know if I'll have to find out if you cut out the little toolbox. We made that out of carbon fiber PLA only because out in the sun a little bit, even though he's in North Carolina. So I don't know how moisture and humidity deals with 3D printed filament. That's a good question for Google, right? We'll have to find out. So we got that bit. We'll put those away over here. Gosh, we got so many. Like I said, this is the Phoenix SEMA. I think this is the one that's that light metallic blue FJ. Was it Scale Metal Supplies? Built one, not for this Axial Fest, but before. And has IFS in the front, and it also has a track system underneath the belly. We don't have that for this Phoenix, so it could just track, roll right over a rock. But here's the bits for it. We got a blower, which the real one, the full size, has. So we're gonna, I don't know, we'll see about putting some primer, sandable primer in that, sand it, and see if we can't get it smoother, even though the print is amazing. That's just a clean print. And then we'll make an anodized Tamiya TS, not PS, and it's not polycarbonate, TS anodized silver. We'll make that shiny. We got a Toyota FJ grill, right? And we even have the grill mesh that will go in there. And we'll make this all shiny. Again, something a little tougher to handle. A radiator cooler. Secondary cooler. I want that. And let's see what else. We got a rear tailgate, which goes like that on the rear. Alright, and how's that? I think that attaches somehow to the cage as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So we'll go on the outside part and the inside on the top bar. It'll go like that. Ta-da! Alright, and you get kind of what looks like a full bed. Carbon fiber. This was printed, and I'm not complaining. I have one, and I forget the person who printed it up. He put like an actual truck bed type of modular system that you can put in there, and it's thicker. This is a lot lighter, but still, carbon fiber PLA can handle heat, can handle a little abuse. I love James prints, using them for my current build too. Yeah, they're great. I love them. Hello from Washington. Hello. Are we Washington State or are we Washington, D.C.? Let's say Washington State for right now. Huh? Hello, RC. Robbie, I hope you're doing well. Kick its ass. You know what I'm saying. Everybody kick ass to Robbie there. Hello, Dana. Hey, it's good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Did you let's see. Tim, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm loving your Instagram posts. Let's go. I want to go to the ocean. Right now, it's surfing weather.
I said we go. So we got the tailgate. Good to see everybody at the Moosejaw RC Hour. And then finally, you're going to do a fender delete. So we're going to cut these
off. And you got these fender flares that will go in them. And James gives 2 suggestions. 1, shoe gum. 2, hardware. I might do both. Got to cut it really perfect too, which I think will be fine. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how well I can eyeball that and make sure that everything gets in there just right. Because if we put it inside, let's see, and I'm pretty sure it's precise. Yeah, you just cut right down the crease. Maybe a little sanding to work some edges, but it looks like it will line up. Oops, it moved. It'll line up just great. There we go. I'm running out of room. So we have that. And that's quite a moose job, isn't it? It's going to be... this is just... I asked Travis if I could go full ham on it, and it's mostly just so I could advertise there in the Instagram world and my website and Facebook and Threads, wherever I'm connected to, and just let people know I provide the service now for you if you want. I'm hoping, honestly, just once in a while somebody, hey, can you print this raw? And I'm like, yeah, we can print it. I might sell it as the whole thing. We also have, and these are going to break. Even though they're carbon fiber, and maybe I'll make them at PETG or ABS later. But we have side view mirrors for the FJ, and these are nice. I mean, these are pretty nice. I like it a lot, and I like side view mirrors. I think that's a nice little detail to add, and that's it on my first one. Like I said, I have to respond to my website. Somebody was asking me if I can paint a 3D body and so forth. And like I said, I need to slow down on saying yes. In fact, I need to stop saying yes until I get caught up. But that's going to look good. So let's see. I'm going to get a little brighter here because, I'm going to switch back onto, let's see if we can find the paint scheme and see what we could capture. I might do it on my phone though because it's, let's see, let's go to that one. So since it's a Toyota, right? Let's go over to the right screen. I was thinking about paint schemes, and first I was gonna go with the traditional, the yellow, orange, red stripes. Instead of a blue, I was gonna do black and white with those stripes and so forth. And then I was thinking, well, wait a minute, Toyota, and I think they were now sponsoring the Haas F1 team. And I thought, oh, wait a minute, yeah, Gazoo Racing. I thought, let's look at that. So let's turn to the right screen here. And lo and behold, there's a lot of great paint schemes here from Gazoo Racing Toyota. And what I liked was, one, these are my favorite colors, even though we're probably going to favor black on this once we get it all nice and neat. The stencil's going to be kind of easy. I just got to find a good G and R that look like the logo, the font of Gazoo Racing. And where was it? I was hoping it's going to show up. I probably found it on good old Google. But it's kind of like this WRC one here, but a little bit more centered. So what we're going to do, we're going to have fun with the G and R. And you can see some are overlapping. Show more images? Sure. Why not? Some good looking cars here, that's for sure. I'm not seeing the one I have saved on my photo. Oh, you could get it on your sim racing rig. That might be interesting. Let's see, where are you? Come on. Well, I found it on my... It had to be through Google. This is why I like Google. It always goes back to what I like. So we'll click on, not the Yaris, even though I'm sure Alex would love that. But we'll click on a good visual of that rally car. Let's go to one up here again. And like I said, we're going to have a lot of fun with it. Let me see. Let's go to, well, this one right here. There we go. All right. And let's see if I can make that. Oops, nope, don't go there. Let's see if we go website. Nope. Just a preview. All right. So we're going to play with this G and R. We're going to have it overlap instead of like next to each other and so forth. So that's what I'm going to do with that and put on there, put some logos on the hood just to sell that SEMA Toyota FJ type concept car you would probably see at the show. So we're going to play with that, and we might put a little pearl clear underneath it first and make it that, or just make it nice and shiny. I know Travis isn't going to keep it shiny. He's going to use it. There we go. Let's see if we can get a nice large picture. There we go. Can it be bigger? Capital I'm not buying a Toyota. Oops, now I lost it all, didn't I? There we go. So we're going to play with that GR right there. We'll probably put it more in the middle. We'll make it even bigger. We're going to go from the top of the door to the bottom of the door. Just this huge G and R there. We're going to do this window visor. I'm going to do that as well. I might play with white instead and then reverse the colors on there, just so we have more contrast. On the top, we are going to go with like a gunmetal silver. Maybe we'll try to do a carbon fiber looking type top of the Phoenix body. Are we going to add a wing? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go that crazy. Even though that'd be cool. Maybe I should ask Matt if he has, I think on his, what was it, the build off with all the other YouTubers, if he has a rear wing. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Maybe I could styrene one up for for good old Travis there. But that's what we're going to look for. And again, what we're going to do is simply on my phone. I'm not really good at it here on my computer, but you know how you can screen save. So I'll screen save something with high pixel count, 2000, 2000, that's good. That's low, don't want that. You always want that higher pixel count because it'll look clear. And then even some Gazoo stuff. We have, let's see, we got a lot of choices here. So we're going to play with one of those. See, now even though that's 700 by 435, that's a smaller logo, so it should be clear. Ooh, that might be fun to play with too. I could do that, but I want to make that huge logo. I might capture this on my phone so I could get that for the visor and other areas on the truck, on the body, and just have fun. But we'll just capture one of those. I want to say this 1,000. There you go. So I'll probably screenshot that on my phone, and I have an app where I can take out the background, take out maybe some other things here, just so I have the G and R. That's really all I need, and the lettering here, the font lettering, and then put that in my Silhouette, which is has software to cut vinyl and stencil, and we'll paint it on. We'll get it on there, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to look great. So yeah, that's what we're going to do with that. So what livery would you suggest instead? I don't know. Do you like the GR, the Gazoo, or would you go with the traditional? Let's look up a traditional. Oop, get rid of the pop-ups. No, don't want that. See, StreamYard's listening and say, come back. Let's see, Toyota truck livery paint schemes. There we go. See what there we go. So this is what I was originally going to go with, but instead of the red back here, it'd be black. I saw it like this one right here, except no blue fenders. Alright, or maybe that's just blue because of the light. So I was going to do that originally. And I mean, you see a lot of traditional paint jobs on these bodies, or any Toyota body, for good reason. I get it. I mean, oops, where's that one? That's not what I wanted. I wanted that one. That looks cool. I like that. So we have some good. This is where I get my inspiration too. I just kind of go on the internet and search some images, get some ideas. I think the reason I went with the Gazoo is almost like there was a Sacramento punk band called the Knockoffs, and all their t-shirts were knockoffs of whoever's logo. Heineken, San Francisco Giants, whatever. I mean, they just make t-shirts knockoff from their colors and paint schemes. So that's kind of what I do myself in a way. So we're going to do that. Some good paint schemes there. Let's see what else we got. See, and you get like, ooh, man, look at that. That'd be cool on a body. Nope, don't need car insurance. Good old Pinterest. I don't want Pinterest. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. See, and I might save that for another paint job. My phone is loaded with paint schemes waiting to do something with. Even that, I think I have this one saved too. That'd be cool. Let's make it bigger, should we? There you go. That would be cool too, on a body of some sort. Even though that's a Ford. Is that one of those Australian Fords, if I'm not mistaken? You know, the Mad Max car? I think so. So there we go. This is some creative ideas that we are going to get with this paint job. I'm looking forward to. With this, I have to, with the prints, you can't use polycarbonate paint. You got to use Tamiya. I might put some like primer on it first too. I use a sandable filler primer that I get at any hobby, not hobby store, auto store, or even, gosh, I think I found it at Home Depot. And, you know, maybe lightly sand it, even though with the bamboo you don't really need to sand anything. And I don't know. Let me know in the chat. Should we keep Matt as the driver, or should we try to make it more of a race theme where the guy would be wearing a helmet? All right. Would have been nice if his hat was backwards. Maybe I'll cut his hat off and go from there. But we shall see. Other than that, folks, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We're halfway through the hour of paying attention on our attention span on RCs and so forth. So we're going to have that. Other things that we are doing, like I said, I've really cleaned up this area. I had too much stuff in here, and now Mrs. Moosejaw's got her office, I guess you would say, her desk behind me. But we're going to have to do something about hiding that door, and I think I know exactly what to do. I'll just get that shelf back in here and just move it there during live streams, so it looks like a studio. But we did. Gosh, I should go get it. We should bring in the hammer.
Though I had there's a domino effect about building a car, isn't it? If you don't think about it.
So the Losi hammer, I got some 2.2 Battleborn wheels from Vanquish when they came out, the bronze, and they look good. But the problem is the 8 miller by 5 axle size 5 millimeter nut is flanged, and it won't fit through the Vanquish hubs. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So we have a shipment of $4.95 on unflanged hardware coming from Vanquish products that should work, hopefully does work, on those axles, which I can't see why they would not. But then again, who knows? If not, that means I have to go to the local hardware store, Ace Hardware, and bring in my RC car and say, I need to find the exact right unflanged nylon wheel locking nut. So that was one fiasco. A second fiasco was the first time we saw last week, I didn't get the right foams for it. They're too small. They were firm, but they're too small. So I ordered Dirty Richards made by Crawler Innovations, and I got that from RPP Hobby because they had 2. But for some reason I didn't put set of 2, only got 1 set. So we got 2 wheels complete that we can't mount, and 2 that are not complete and we can't mount. So we have from RPP Hobby coming with the right foams. I did get the Dirty Richards, and they're slightly smaller than the wheel, but really they're packed. They actually make the tire taller. Without it, it's a good, almost, I want to say less than a 1/4 inch shorter. So it's amazing. And I had to stuff them in there. It was not easy. I don't think they had Vanquish wheels in mind. Maybe they did with the tanks. The tanks are 1 inch wide, where everything else is 0.8. So how many times have you gotten into a domino effect you didn't think, or you didn't order right a number of stuff? So we got that coming. We did get the body panels, and I got a paint scheme. I think my Instagram will show that. Maybe I'll just grab the card real quick and so forth. I think, where is it? Nearby. It's in the garage, but not far from there. And I committed to paint colors. We got ox blood, white, and black, with maybe a touch of gray. So we will see about that. Mir Dief. I don't know how you pronounce it. I apologize, but welcome to the show. And with that, though, so now it's to come up with a paint scheme for the body. So let me grab it. Let me see. I should have brought some cars in here. I'm really trying to keep it clean in here so we can walk around, because there's not much room. First off, let's take a little drinking break, shall we? Not much of a drink. But anyways, hit that like, subscribe, and yeah. Say hello. So let me grab that hammer ray. Let's discuss it. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I have misordered more than I like to admit. Right? Is it a whole guy thing, or is it just, I don't know. Think about that, folks. I'll be right back. I have tons of parts that didn't fit like I thought. Exactly. Alright. Now these wheels are not, see, one fell off. They're just hanging on. Where are those wheels? Where'd it go? I lost a wheel? Somewhere in here. Alright. There it is. Oh boy. If I don't look for it, I will lose it forever. Hi from Washington State, Whitman County. Hello, Evergreen State. Looking forward to that one day. Alright, so right now these wheels are not mounted. They're just barely hanging on. And like I said, hopefully we get the right hardware. But anyways, whee! There we go. Can't even fit it in the screen. We got the Battleborns on there. We cleaned it up. It was really dirty. So much so, like, whatever the dirt and grime on it was almost staining it a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. But looking forward to it. Ideas I wasn't sure what to do with it. I thought maybe it'd just be fun, which it will be, but do I want to race in the UD4R class of whatever classes they have? Because they just had one last weekend, or maybe the weekend before, there at Rescue, which is east of Sacramento, there in the foothills to almost the mountains, turning into mountains area. And it looked like a lot of fun, and they were racing these things. So we had that. So I took it apart as much as I wanted to, and I did some details, because that's what I like to do first. It's cheaper than buying electronics and everything, right? So first off, we did some tidbits in the back. Oops. Let's get this right. Oop, I lost the wheel, didn't I? See? We'll just take those wheels off. Eeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I did some tidbits first. First off, I took the fuel tank out and I put some, and it's, Delrin plastic, so I used Tamiya TS paint, and I decided silver, right? But two types of silver. I did bright gunmetal, and then I put, I think, an anodized aluminum over it and just kind of shaded in together. So it looks good. We're going to put one more paint thing on there. We're going to put a Fuel Safe Systems logo right there on the back so you can see it. Because if I put it on the spare tire, you're not going to see it. So we'll do that. We redid the other bits. The fire extinguisher and the shock reservoir, and I believe that's a cooler of some sort. Somebody help. I don't really know all the truck parts. But a little cooler thing, it looks like. Plus we also did the exhaust, and again, same color with the Tamiya paint, bright gunmetal, and then some anodized silver, but we added the blue and burnt orange Tamiya pigment, which really gives a good exhaust look to it. I'm really That part I like the most. We blacked out the edges so it looks like there's a hole there. We might, if we get brave enough, drill through that a little bit just to make it look more like an exhaust pipe. Then we redid, simple radiator, again with the silver, but I left the fan shroud part black. I thought that was good enough. The interior, new interior, and we went with, I call it ox blood. I don't know what Proline calls it, but we did a gray, all Proline paint, if I'm not remember, except for that pearl green from Tamiya that I did in my Volkswagen bus. Probably one of the first paint jobs, I think, or second, that Josh highlighted. I had some paint still left over probably 3 years ago, so I did their helmets with that, and I think that looks, I like that combo. It just looks good. Right, and then I did use some of the decals that came with it. And then the other thing is Shaka Hobbies on eBay. All right, maybe from Texas. And we have a more not a Jeep grill appropriate. And this is not PLA. I forget. I think it's PETG filaments. And it's kind of thicker, so it should handle some abuse. You actually shoe glue in the light disc in there and so forth. And then we just need a paint scheme. And it's going to be based on those colors. I think I need to get more pearl green. Okay, pearl light green or something like that. I think it's pearl green. Forget the color. Tamiya paint. And get that done. Now you're saying, well, why you got paint on Lexan with the TS paint? Because it won't stick. True, but I'm going to put maybe PS Pearl Clear on it. Or maybe I'm just going to leave it as is. So I'll probably put PS 55 Flat Clear. But in the end, it won't look flat because the Lexan actually makes it still counteracts that. So you have polycarbonate paint on the Lexan, and then not deliberately too much, but you can use TS colors over that, and then put PS over that too. I mean, you could go full ham after that. The TS paint seems to apply a lot evener. Is that more even? Is that even correct? Gosh, this is why I'm not an English teacher. But yeah, it looks metallic. You're absolutely right. But it is. They call it pearl. But I think it'll just look good without the pearl clear first. I think I want to go for a glossy look. Even though that green I'm not gonna use too liberally. It might go over. I might put Moosejaw Racing on there or something and have it as a pearl green outline with black and white and everything like that. And then just go with a red, the ox blood red. It looks really like blood, to tell you the truth. When they open it, it's like, God, it looks like somebody cut themselves. And then instead of white, I might do an off-white, a crew type color, So just something different and so forth. And we haven't even talked about the electronics yet, or even the body bits from Trial or Viviton, I think it's called.
That alone is, oh God, that's. Have to see how far. We probably won't go full ham
on that all metal stuff, because it'll come about $1,500. I want metal on it, like the A-arms and the links, but do I need a metal bulkhead? Do I need metal servo mount? I think it's pretty strong. That, do I need a better servo? Yes, but do I need every little metal bit for that thing? You're looking at around $1,500, and it's like, that's shelf queen material because nobody's going to want to trash on that and something break. And I've seen somebody snapped, I don't know how they did it, the Viviton rear axle housing on a hammer ray, and it broke in half like it was frozen or something. I don't know how anybody could do that, and that's crazy. And I'm hearing the plastic housing, axle housing is actually better, but add the other links, metal links, and that. Sure, that seems more reasonable. I think that's the direction I'm going to take on it, because $1,500. Ooh, that's you know, I can think of other things I want to use that money on, like life, so my wife doesn't kill me. So, anyways, hey, everything you paint comes out perfect. You know, I'm human. Not everything's perfect, but doesn't have the human touch. I'm really, I could say out of 128 now moose jobs I've done, there was only one slight complaint or criticism, and then one, the person was nice enough not to, they were okay with the fade of a color I did not see bleed through another. I didn't see it. And then I saw in their thumbnail, I'm like, oops, that's my bad. So I've gotten better at that. I still make, there's plenty of mistakes, but as I learned with painting or even being a musician, it never comes out the way you plan. Just go with it. Go with the flow, as I always say. That's totally nuts. I know it's totally nuts. That cost $1,500, yes. I did though, like I said, so this one, let's see, yes. These have the Dirty Richards. Alright. And this one's I have for the front only because I do have a aluminum Vanquish wheel ring inside. I don't want to add brass or anything to it. I think it's fine as it is. Weight-wise, it's not a crawler. Though I see people put a locker in things and slower motor, and they crawl with these things, which is kind of cool. I like that how they did that. But I'm looking for racing it. Not so much bashing. Bashing is like, I used to work at RC Country, and bashers, God bless them, they don't care if it breaks. It's almost a badge of honor if you break your basher, right? And you go in and get more parts. If you're not breaking your basher, you're not. Are you really a basher? So, but I saw somebody, they set up for crawling. Some are shortening the wheelbase a little bit. I think they're using the same. They're doing what I did here with 2.2 wheels and 5.75 tires and so forth. So again, Dirty Richards, they're in there. And Crawler Innovations has soft, medium, and firm. And I went with firm because I just wasn't sure. So closed foam, no dual foams on this, and I was like, man. Well, then again, that gives, but here it doesn't. It doesn't go. So how much of, depending on how fast you're going and how much an impact is that going to be? So we have that. Here I have the wrong size Crawler Innovations, and you can see right there, you can push it in pretty easy. And the size difference, just stuffing that thing in there. Alright, this is being the Dirty Richard, being that much taller. There we go, right? Let's make sure we get the facing the camera. There you go. That's better. Alright. So I'm glad of that, achieved that, and so forth. So I'm kinda interested. Maybe I should have gone my rule of thumb, which is always medium. Not soft, not hard, just right. I don't know where I'm going to go with that. But anyway, but we have that. And like I said, we had to get the right hardware because the low-C flange 5mm wheel nut does not fit through that. So So that's another thing. Is the hardware from Vanquish actually going to be enough not to create a weak spot on something that's running fast? We'll see. Do I put a washer in there as well to give it a little bit more support? Maybe. We did go with 600. 600? Yeah, 600 SLW hubs. A lot of people do run a wider stance on these, and for good reason. So instead of changing the axles to go out further, I just said, well, I'll just get the hubs and see how it works. We'll see if that creates anything. Ash G, RC, sorry I'm late. Hey, no worries. Here's the thing. First time I was on time. It's been a while. And we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be here on Mondays, all right? Not to interfere on Tuesdays or anything like that. Not piggyback off of anything. So we got them ready. We got these Battleborns ready. We just gotta get the right foams and the right hardware and put it in. And after that, we'll paint the body. But then again, I don't want to run it right away, so I might put the old panels on there first and run it, and then I don't even know about electronics. If I'm going racing, I hear some people saying, it's the throttle doesn't quite react as well with the stock radio and ESC and receiver. We'll have to see. I'll have to see about that. Servo, hell yeah, I'm going to change that. That servo is the stock Spectrum 23-tooth servo. They put in everything, and I can't imagine leaving that in here on what's supposed to be somewhat of a performance type thing. Am I going to go for super fast and all that? No, I'm just going to go for, I don't know, I think I'm going to contact Reese and see what they suggest. What servo would you put in something that's trying to go fast and so forth, and what have you? Good morning, Alar. Hello, everyone. Again, late. Yeah, it's morning for you, though, right? So you were sleeping. Come on. And I heard Estonia in the news, in the economic news, something about a super train to connect you guys to Poland and the West. I thought it was pretty interesting. I teach economics, so I get that geeky with growth and development. I like that stuff. See people succeed. You get in the speed trains, from what I understand. Unless that's a sore subject with you, Laura. So it's 7:53 again. If you hit that like and subscribe and so forth. Like I said, what we're gonna get going. 3 hours up already. Oh, working. It's 4:55 here. Oh, okay, all right. All right, I got you. You know what I need, Alar? I need a world clock, because I like that. I have you from Estonia. We have New Jersey in the house. Let's see. Sometimes someone from Australia will pipe in. I think we had a New Zealand once. That was kind of cool. And I want to get somebody from. I'd like to see some crawlers from the Southeast Asia be part of this. That'd be kind of cool. I like their Instagrams. I like their builds. It's kind of interesting, their take on RCs and crawlers, isn't it? It's kind of different from our point of view. They're totally scale. They even drive scale, like slow and everything. That railway is a project of the century here. Will not believe it until it's finished. Well, same here, I think, with California. I mean, come on. We should have one by now. We landed on the moon. Let's have a speed train. But here in the desert, definitely don't need it. So, other than that, folks, let's see. What we got coming up this week is just trying to get this paint moose job going. Again, just if you're interested in getting some night customs printed out and shipped to you, instant message me on my Instagram is always the best, or you go to my website and leave an email. I do see those. I'm going to try to make it a habit of addressing those emails sooner than later. I always do a 24-hour rule. because if I don't, I'll just say yes to everything. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. I'm going to test something else too. Let's test my overhead camera, which is actually my cell phone. Let's see if I can get that working. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, we need to build something. We will try to tinker next week. It kind of moves around a little bit because it's kind of shaky, but we'll figure that out. I'm a hand model now. So we will do that. But again, let's look at these parts before we say goodbyes and everything. Like I said, these parts came out great. And then get yourself a bamboo. Alright. And that, the thing is about with these feature moose jobs, it's going to require a little bit more time and detail, because if I'm going to make them available, I got to make sure. I think the idea is that I'm only going to paint it the way that I want it, which means make sure that it's fully done and a little OCD, making sure it's good. Got Matt's head. I think that's hilarious. I have been looking at 3D scanners too, and ironically, there's one called Moose. But that's a $500 investment. I don't know about that yet. We shall see. Again, this didn't take too long, right? Is that everything? That's all we gotta do. We gotta get TS paint, and we gotta put that black. Here we're gonna play with reds on the seats, and maybe put the Gazoo Racing logo on the seats as well, or maybe right here. I don't know. We'll see about that. Dashboard, we'll just make it color appropriate and everything. And then driver-wise, I don't know. Maybe we'll make Matt look like he works in the pits at Gazoo Racing, right? He'll have a Gazoo Racing color pit outfit uniform type thing. Maybe that's what we'll do. I think he would approve of that.
So we have that. Oh, and we also have our cage that we still have to get these bits off. That's going to take some time. Like I said, you should really take your time of
getting these supports off. The one way I do it, and I'm going to make some annoying noise here, is so far, well, I want to get maybe not needle nose, but maybe a different type of needle nose, and I start crunching it from the outside and work on my way in. Right? And you can hear that long creak. That means it's separating from the plastic. Right? That's going to take some time. And you got to take your time, because why I printed a second one of these is because I wasn't patient, and I did break a corner off. And that was me, not the material. So we have that. So, and you can see there's all those supports. And again, Night Customs, he set the angle of everything, so this printed like this, right, flat. Whereas Matt, the figure, printed not like this, but more like looking up at an angle, so it had less supports, and that creates less lines. I have to say, this I know it's not the styrene Tamiya stuff, but it sure feels like it. You can kind of see through the light and everything, but yeah, there we go with the Moosejaw RC Hour, and announcing that we are available to print if you are so inclined. They were WRC base, was in Estonia until Tommy Mäkinen, and I think left. And Mäkinen being Finnish, that sounds like a Finnish name. So yeah, I know, but I like the paint scheme, and also Toyota in a way. That's interesting. I'll have to check that. Because I saw one scheme here, and it looked like New Zealand. Where are we? Did I have that? Yeah, I think it's... Let's share the screen one more time over here. Did I see New Zealand on here? Or is this the one you're talking about? Bigger. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Look at that car. Say about Formula One. These cars, they could take some abuse. But that's a good paint. We're going to play with, like I said, we're going to play with those GNR. They're going to be the same size and everything. I have a better paint scheme picture. Oh, there's a name. We got a Finnish. We got Olgir. Sukva. We got a Japanese driver and a Brit. Is that, and then, is that Belgium? I can't remember my flags. Augier. Almost, that's not French, is it? Can't remember. I gotta check up on my things. Great looking paint scheme alone. I want mine glossier. I don't want this kind of satin finish though. I want it nice and glossy. Yes, he is. Okay, good. I love early 2000 WRC. Hey, World Rally cars are amazing. It's amazing. I don't know how I could, if I would stand somebody telling me the directions while going how fast. Somebody left turn, it's hard, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, stop, let me just drive. Look at that inner fender well too. Look at that. That's some kind of plastic material, super duper plastic material to handle abuse. It's almost like skateboard rails that you put underneath your skateboard to protect against abrasions. I don't know. Other than that, folks, well, that's the Moosejaw R.C. Hour. We're going to play with our lighting a little bit and get it a little bit better here for you. A little more ambiance and more RC related. Maybe we'll put, like I said, the shelf back here and just move it by the door. It has some RCs. Back there's fine. I'm okay. We're going to put, over up here, we're going to put some Hot Wheels. I got permission. And all that stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the Mr. RC Hour. I hope you're enjoying your RC hobby and habits, and hopefully still get to get outside. It's getting a little cooler out there, but that makes for some fun adventures too. I think last late winter I went east to Green Mountain past Fallon, Nevada, and had the whole place to myself. But man, the weather came in. But it was beautiful at the same time, but also kind of windy and brutal. So hope you get outside and have fun. Buy yourself a kit. And now that I got my overhead camera, maybe will be something to. Maybe we'll tackle Gunner's Sand Scorcher and start putting that together for him live next week. Should we shoot for that? I think we'll shoot for that. We'll start building and hopefully not make obnoxious noises. But again, folks, thank you for joining the Moosejaw RC Hour. 1 hour of attention span is probably at its limit, and we need to change gears, maybe get something to drink or eat, and we're at a little sip of Coke Zero, and start tinkering away for the rest of the evening. All right? So thank you again, and cheeseburgers and fries, and goodbye until next week, Monday. Have a good one.